So sit down slightly.
Hello.
Hello, everyone, and happy Monday.
We don't know if we're live yet, though. We don't know if people can see us, so we have to wait.
I mean, I can see our picture, so I'm guessing so. Can you
in the comments,
hear and see us?
Audio more important than anything.
Yes.
Do we have nice audio?
It's a little bit windy out here, so we're concerned about that.
Yeah.
Is that at the bottom of the comments?
Don't know. In stream. Are we in?
I feel like we're not live yet.
Hello. Hello. Okay, all these highs are going to be a good sign.
Yeah.
So also, I think these could be delayed.
Sound is perfect.
Okay, yes.
Yay,
okay, we can stop doing that. Okay, well, firstly, on this live stream, we had intended, last time we did a live stream, we had a bit too much to drink. And we said basically we don't want to be doing this anymore on live streams because
we're setting a bad example.
Well, I don't care about that. I'm just more worried about saying stuff on the internet that we can't ever undo.
That is true. There's no editing on these.
So this stream was very much intended to have no drinks, and we were probably going to try and be a bit snobby about it. Like, yeah, we don't need to have a drink to have fun. But we've had one of those weeks, and maybe one of those 2 weeks, and we need this.
We do.
We need this.
It's going to taste so good. We should be sponsored.
Cheers,
by
guys.
Thatcher's.
Oh my god.
We've even got our branded glasses. Look, I was just making a joke to Al saying we need Thatcher's t-shirts to complete the set. Oh my god, that looks so good.
So how is everyone? It's been a few weeks since we've done the last one of these.
Yeah, we've been a bit slack recently.
Well, we haven't made a video for 2 weeks as well.
Yep.
And that's kind of why we're doing a live stream today, because it's laziness is one. Lack of motivation is another.
Lack of planning.
Travel specifically. Trying to keep a travel channel going, stay motivated and have the passion.
It's a struggle to be motivated to go out and film in a place that you go out and see every single day.
This is depressing.
And there's nothing new about it.
This is so depressing.
I'm not complaining though, because this is a really nice place to be spending it.
No, I just mean it's more depressing that like people come in here to listen to us talk about travel, and that's what we're here to do as well. We want to talk about post-COVID travel, or even travel during COVID, but we need some motivation. We need to get excited again about making travel content, and we've enjoyed doing the stuff around here. But once you stop making videos for a little bit, it just kind of spitballs. Snowballs.
Spitballs.
What's a spitball?
I don't know. I'm not sure I want to know.
That's the thing in America where they get the straw and then they chew up the paper and they go.
You know too much about this. You've done it before, haven't you?
Okay, we could look at the comments to see what people are saying. Okay, where are people from? New Orleans. Oh, I love this every time.
Cheers, by the way.
Yes. Cheers. Cider to everyone. Okay, let's scroll down. Hey, beansies. You guys are looking good. Happy times from Ireland. Mr. Ireland, you're flattering us. No, we're piling on weight. No, you've got it all wrong.
Too much cooking, too much eating.
But it's very kind of yes. From the West Midlands. That's my dad. He's from the West Midlands.
Joseph, he bartends at a German pub with over 400 beers. What are you drinking? We are drinking Thatcher's Gold Somerset cider. It's delicious. I highly recommend it if you've not tried it.
It's a dream to be paid by them one day because I actually really like that product.
Yeah.
So Scott saying, who we met in Edinburgh, in the Edinburgh videos, he said that Spain is reopening for tourists in July. Could be tempted to go anywhere at this stage. That is how I am feeling.
And it's double tempting for me because I have family in Spain. My mother lives there and my grandparents. So it would be really nice to see them because I haven't been able to see them for months.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, I was kind of taking it in my stride, this lockdown, kind of feeling like, yeah, we're doing pretty well, actually. But the last few weeks, I'm sick of it.
So sick of it.
So sick of it. And I know it sounds really ungrateful when like we're very safe and there's a hell of a lot of horrible things going on.
Yeah.
But I'm worried for future travel. I am worried for future travel.
Yeah.
I'm not worried for internal travel in the country, but I'm so worried for airlines and in turn what?
Well, not just airlines, all travel companies, I guess. Like everyone's struggling right now. And so we just want to have some travel companies to keep going back to when this is all over.
So yeah, travel inspiration, like Scott has just sent
Yes.
us, saying Spain. I didn't know that they were open in July. I know that
I love
Iceland
Spain.
is opening, I think, at the end of this month.
Mm.
And it's really hard. Part of me is like, I have a moral obligation to stay home and do all the things that we're supposed to be doing. And
But
on the
then
other
if they
side,
say you're allowed to do it as well, it's tricky because you feel like you shouldn't be. And it's almost like I feel like I've been in this mindset for so long that I can't travel. I'm just used to it now. It feels, like when you get into a car and you don't put your seatbelt on, it feels weird. I think it would feel weird to travel again.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but then that's fun though, to go and film this type of travel would be really fun as well.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to get out of this mindset. Oh, John Johnson, ding, ding, ding.
Well, firstly, I love your name.
We can leave now. We've got our money. This is why we came, really.
You paid for our ciders. Thank you,
John. You literally have water ciders.
Yeah, a couple of ciders. Oh, thank you. He doesn't even have a question. He's just being a kind soul.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
that's much
sweet.
appreciated. Okay, let's scroll up. Oh, so
after Spain, we've got.
Oh, so Selena says, have a drive up to Durham. Good enough for Dominic Cummings. That's, for non-Brits watching, there's a big story going on in the UK at the moment where the chief advisor to the Prime Minister has broken the lockdown conditions. But he's one of the ones that kind of drew up and helped with the lockdown stuff. And so it's really hard when there's one rule for some people, the elite, and for others. And now I'm in this weird place. It's like, I just don't care anymore.
And I think that's what a lot of people are feeling right now, though. It's like, well, if
what we doing this for?
Then sod it, which is not a good thing to be doing because then we'll get ourselves into trouble again. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah,
I think it's the most depressed we've ever been on camera. I don't like this. We need to fake smiles. Fake smiles, remember?
So thank for that.
Let's stop showing our real feelings. Oh, okay. There's one comment I've just noticed that I wanted to highlight because I said to him I would. That Piers, his name's P Met here, and he's looking forward to interviewing us both. Piers, put in the comments the link to your radio show. He's a subscriber who has started a isolation radio, and he has asked us to be on, and we're going to do a songs of our life where we've come up with 10 songs that we'll play as we talk through our lives.
I'm so excited.
I'm just really, really excited to do this. So that will be coming, I believe we'll be recording it this week, but give it a go.
So keep your eyes and ears open.
Okay, I think we might have missed something else because I'm not sure if that's the same
Your eyes
money.
are better than mine, so I'm going to let you do.
It's very blurry out here, guys. Okay, I think someone else has given us money. Keith. Okay, as soon as regulations permit, would love if you do a meetup, please. Okay,
meetup. Guys, it's hard enough to get us on a live stream, let alone
a meetup. We should do a meetup. I would love to do a meetup. If we ever to do one, it would have to be somewhere like a bar. It has to be. Because
we need cider to get us through that kind of level of social pressure, I think.
You don't know how much of a mental struggle it is to come on to live streams, like filming videos. Yeah. I don't know why we do this, to be honest.
Well, I mean, this isn't so bad, but yeah, I do get a bit of social anxiety. So I think that's always played a role in us never organising a meetup before.
We've done meetups.
I would like to face my fears.
We've met up with other travellers or subscribers when we've been places. And that's a mental struggle for you with the social anxiety, but we usually get there. Yes. But the thought of like a group of people being there waiting, and if you cancel or you get upset before going, like we couldn't do that. That's very stressful.
Couldn't let people down.
But that said, we should do that.
We should do that. And we will try to do that as best we can.
Half of it's fear that no one would turn up. Because with the travel channel, we don't have our audience in one specific location. So people are dotted around. So it's not easy to work out where everyone is.
Great, because if just one person turns up, then it's not going to be so scary.
Yeah.
So
we also know,
as long as we have one guaranteed attendee, we could do it.
And other YouTubers have done it, and we've watched their videos. I don't think we'd film it.
Definitely not. No filming allowed. That just would be so awkward.
But the ones we've seen before, some of our friends, they've done it, and it looks so awkward that they just stand in like a public space, and then people kind of gather around. So like you're like a center of attention, then you have to perform for them. Like, whereas I just want us to all be chatting, and like we're having drinks and we're chatting.
Mingling.
That sounds great.
Sounds nice. Yeah, like a gathering rather than you just being stood there expected to talk.
So to your question, we would love to do it, but we'll probably never do it like everything else we do in life.
Dicko!
Oh, this is amazing. Okay, Dicko, thank you so much. But keep your money to yourself, mate. This is a patron. We shouldn't be We shouldn't be chucking. Patrons shouldn't be chucking extra money.
You do more than enough as it is.
Joe's a Keith's a patron, but if I'm wrong, no, take it back. Okay, what's he say? Evening Beans. You're up against Boris. I know Boris is on right now, and I realised that we scheduled this exactly the same time as the Prime Minister is.
It's a protest.
Facing a lot of questions, so this is a protest.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much. Okay, where are we going? Where are we going with this?
Okay.
Okay, plans to come to Canada after COVID. I'm just going to dip in and out.
Okay,
questions.
yeah, Canada. Well, I mean, for me, the only issue that we've ever really had with Canada is the cost, because to actually travel around Canada isn't the cheapest. However, I really, really like to do a road trip across Canada. Yeah, that would be a dream. Camper
van, moose, and bears. That's what. That's one of the things.
We need the animals. That's what we want. We want to see all the awesome animals.
I would love that.
What was that animal you found the other week? You found like some kind of eagle bird thing, and it was like rainbow colours, and it looked incredible.
It's in New Zealand. It's a parrot in the mountains in New Zealand.
Mountain parrot in New Zealand. That's on the list as well.
So, I think we're trying to kind of work out like a little roadmap for our future travels.
Yes.
I mean, it's very difficult with everything going on. I want to go somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing Europe's going to be the easiest thing to do, firstly.
Yeah. But stuff's changing quite quickly at the moment. So, like,
faster
I know.
Than I thought.
Yeah, the fact that Iceland's available. Also, Iceland have said that you can test on arrival, or you can do a 2-week quarantine. It wouldn't be ideal, but we could do quarantines in places for 2 weeks.
We do work online.
And film.
So I guess it's not.
If it would work, like you could quarantine and you get into like say the States, and then you have like the whole of the States once you've done that 2 weeks, that would be great.
Yeah. I mean, we I guess we are in a lucky position where the 2-week quarantine doesn't affect us too much.
Yeah,
perhaps.
Okay, let's come back in.
Are you a fan of Thatcher's haze? Says Selena.
Selena, yes, I'm.
I actually got gold. I actually prefer haze a little bit sometimes, but I went for gold today because there was no haze.
I'm just a fanboy for all of it. Yeah, all of it.
It's all good. My absolute favorite Thatcher's one is Katie's, but that's not live stream because it's like 7.4%.
Yeah, that's not live stream
that's
material.
Not for live streams.
Oh, we're more fun than Boris. So, that's not true.
Well, he is quite entertaining. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him rugby tackle a German football player or politician when he was doing so. He's pretty fun. I'm not saying he's good. Bob, ding ding ding.
Bob! $20. Oh, I'm missing his smiling face. We should release more videos.
Cheers from Florida's anxious to get traveling again.
Thank you so much, Bob. That's really sweet of you.
And what's kind of hard to take with these live streams is that in 12 minutes, we've made more than any video we could. If we'd made a video today, and we wouldn't have made £5 off that video. That
is the reality of YouTube. Well, it is for us anyway.
Depressingly amazing that actually it's way more like effective.
Lucrative.
Lucrative, yeah. But lucrative is not a nice word because it sounds like it's got a connotation that like we get a pleasure out of that. I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, we are very grateful. Thank you, Bob. Something as well that we've been discussing for a long time is that we want a camper van. We've mentioned it a number of times. Oh, we're announcing this? Well, we're not announcing anything because that makes it sound like we have something to announce. Yes. But we're announcing that we want a camper van and we might start saving towards one. That's not an announcement. Can we also announce I want to be a billionaire? We want to have a camper van. That is something that would take a lot of stress out of life for us, and we'd be able to make content, travel how we want to do. So we have been planning to put all money that gets raised in these kind of things towards this like pot. A money pot. But we don't know how much money we need. Well, we've looked a little bit, but we don't know how much money we need. Yeah. So we're not really announcing that now because the money is going to somewhere we don't know. We will be like retrospectively, I think, going back to the live streams and taking that money and putting it into the pots once we've figured out the final cost and totted it all up. So that is where your money is going, just so you know. Okay, let's go back up. Let's play around with the questions. You're moving too quick, so I can't see anything. Does the guy with the beanie ride BMX or skate? No, but you should. But that's funny that someone would say that, because that means that they must have found us and not know who we are. Oh yeah, like, the guy with the beanie. You're on the Travel Beans, don't even know who he is. YouTube channel, and there is 94 other of you watching right now. How on earth has a
stray rogue person found their way here.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Okay.
But no, I don't do any of this.
Let's see.
So scroll down. Driving across Canada is awesome. You'll always have a place to stay in Edmonton.
Oh,
Edmonton.
that's nice. Edmonton?
Is that one of the provinces?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pretend to know. I don't know where Edmonton is. It's a very big country. I feel like it's kind of central, but I could be wrong because I feel like that's where our friends are from.
One thing I was thinking about now is with the travel aspects of things is that when we travel, we don't really like, it sounds so snobby, we don't like the touristy places, but we go to them all the time. But we love nature. That's when we're happiest. YouTube doesn't seem to love nature.
I like historical places as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, nature is king.
I'm kind of worried is that after we all travel again, that everyone's going to be going and doing our thing.
I know. They want to keep away from crowds, so they'll go to nature and then we'll be stuck with everyone else.
Which,
well, then we'll go to the really popular tourist spots.
Oh, yeah. There'll be no one at the popular tourist spots from now on.
That sounds awful.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Any more interviews with other travelers? Yes. Okay, we've already filmed one.
We're
just lazy with the editing on that front.
Yes.
Should you can say next.
So our next interview is with a girl called Chelsea, who is from How Many Holidays, and she's a cheap holiday expert. So we've got a few questions with her, which could hopefully be quite useful for you guys. Especially
if people are dealing with refunds during travel. She has a lot of information on how you should be going about that, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Also for like some inspiration for future places. So speaking with her, we have arranged, but they haven't responded they're not watching. They haven't responded to us yet, although they said they'd do it. It's Endless Adventure.
Yes, we have a yes from them. We just haven't organized
a specific day. But like that was the one that was asked the most. People wanted Endless Adventure.
Overwhelmingly. Yeah.
I want to ask people to put in the comments. We can skim through them later.
We won't get to the now.
People have given us loads and loads of examples of people they'd want to meet or see interviewed that are YouTube channels, like especially travel YouTube channels. Would love it if anyone has got any recommendations for people that are not travel YouTubers. Yeah,
they don't have to be YouTubers or travel YouTubers. Maybe they have maybe their interest is something else that we might be interested in, like wildlife or nature or cider.
So potentially some experts in something. Like we would really like to start talking to more people because travel is like a kind of the glue that will bring us together. But I think like it's easy doing the YouTube travel people. They're always going to say yes.
Yeah, and they're pretty great in that, they're comfortable on camera and all that kind of stuff. So I guess there is a benefit to going for YouTubers and that they're going to be comfortable with it.
But we're not necessarily trying to specialize in the YouTube travel stuff, although to start with, it does make sense.
True.
Okay, we gotta stop because there's money coming in.
Oh no.
Okay, what have we got?
Thank you, but
oh, look at that. Okay, the beginnings. Okay, I don't want to say it's Ewan, right?
I think so, Ewan.
But I almost said Ewan because I just almost.
No, Ewan.
I'm just so used to reading foreign names and stuff. Ewan.
Ewan.
Thank you so much. The start of the camper van.
Oh, the beginning of the camper van piggy bank. Thank you so much, Ewan. Oh,
okay.
That's really sweet.
Also, Scott, some $1 for the camper van fund. Okay,
Scott.
So we just needed a reason. All along. Thank you so much,
People just
Scott.
wanted to know we weren't aimlessly spending money. There is a point.
And also, I've just seen Delightful Travelers.
I love those guys.
Yeah, and I think they've just paid just so they can get themselves interviewed on the Travel Beans podcast.
And look how impressive the number looks because it's in Philippine
250.
pesos.
I can't remember how much pesos are.
Yeah, but thank you so much, you guys.
Don't think that we don't appreciate that.
Oh,
okay.
The trips kind of visit us, of course, and two-siders. It's Philippines pesos because I don't know how to change it. Oh, thank you.
Also, ever since you guys said that you have the highest rise and fall of the tide to compete with the second that we have here in Somerset, I want to come and see it.
Definitely. So that is on our list for sure. Also, we were on their channel recently. So if anyone wants to go and watch our faces on the Delightful Travelers channel, go and do that.
Delightful Travelers, put the link to the video
Yeah.
Not right now though, because they might leave in a bit when this is tailing off.
Yeah. Okay.
I follow travel bloggers, train bloggers, and narrowboat bloggers.
Narrowboat. That is something we've been talking about that we are super interested in, aren't we?
Yes.
Give me a narrowboat. I want one.
Someone messaged. I just realized I didn't reply to them. If you're watching, I'm so sorry. Someone sent us an email a while ago saying that they really would love to see a narrowboat series.
Yeah.
And I never even realized that was a thing.
I'd love to make
do.
one.
What, make a boat?
No, make a narrowboat series.
Oh, okay.
I'm not that good at building things.
But yeah, you can go through the canals and the UK and stuff.
Yeah, that would be so much fun. I would love it. I guess you do like a little course on how they all work and everything, and then you can be off. But I think to rent one, you don't actually need a license, because we looked into this, didn't we?
I think anyone
if you
could
own one, you need a license, but not if you rent one or something along those lines.
They're a little bit pricey, but it seems like a cool way to travel.
Definitely.
For the people. Like, if you're coming to the UK doing that, it's extremely unique.
It's like a camper van on the water.
It's a social distancing thing.
It is good for social distancing. We should buy it for that sole purpose.
I think that's something we need to start thinking about with this post-world travel as well. It's like the social distancing aspect for everything. I like the idea that in the UK we can just drive to France or something like that.
Yeah.
And then go, what can we do these days?
It's really hard, yeah. But I mean, by that point that we're driving to France, the rules will have all changed, won't they?
The thought of the feeling of turning on the car the first time that we're going to go away and we're not coming back that day.
Stuff it.
Oh.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay. We've got Tarsonis. How do you afford to keep traveling? Well, we work online, so we basically don't have to take annual leave, so that's a big help.
We barely travel.
We go place to place. We don't travel in the sense of going and staying in a nice hotel and going out for dinner every night and that kind of stuff. No, but we do travel. No,
but I feel like, in the past we were traveling a lot. There's a virus going on, so we don't travel so much then. And even then, like, we're just back home a lot more now. The older we're getting with this, and the more we do it, like, I think I appreciate travel more in a weird like capsule. Like, it's go and do as much as you can in the short space of time instead of eking things out.
It's just expensive, isn't it, to go away for long periods of time, I guess.
I don't know. I think it's cheaper to go away for long periods of time.
It depends how you look at it. It's one of those things like the more you spend, the more you save. It's one of those kind of things, isn't it? Like, yeah, it works out when you extrapolate it over the time, but it is still a big chunk of money as opposed to a little chunk of money.
Somewhere we've decided today, if I just hear like a place, I want to be there. And today the place I want to be is Cairo. Even though it's a crazy
about Cairo
big
all day
city that's like probably not the best place to be at this time.
I've heard it's
but I've just decided I'd quite like to go and live as a digital nomad with like the backdrop and you can see in the distance the pyramids.
That would be awesome. I'm with you on the like staying somewhere with the backdrop of the pyramids. I don't know whether that's somewhere I'd want to stay for more than a couple of nights though.
Yeah, I don't know. I went to the pyramids a long time ago. Emma hasn't been. And it's
I am a bit claustrophobic, so I don't know how I would do going into the pyramids, but the curiosity side of me really wants to go inside the pyramids.
You'd be lucky to get inside because outside is horrible. Again, the pyramids are insane.
Or just lines of people everywhere.
But it wasn't even lines of people. It was just carnage. There's people everywhere. And then they're just trying to sell you stuff all the time. And they get really angry. They called my mum a whore.
Oh,
I remember.
Jules, she's lovely.
I was very young and I just remember it being very intense. But I want to go back and I want to experience it with the traveler's brain now.
Yeah. I think a lot of those places that we went to, as like teenagers or young adults, it would be nice to revisit.
Yeah.
I went to Portugal once for like a weekend when I was like 17. Can't remember it at all, but I would love to go back now.
And I've never been to Portugal.
That should be on the top of our list.
On the list.
Yes.
And I want to go to Hungary because I want to go meet Indigo Traveller because we want to play.
We want to play
with him.
Let's have a look.
Okay. Welcome to use our condo for Florida for free to self-isolate for 2 weeks. Oh my God.
That sounds great. I want to go and see the Everglades in Florida.
Oh my God.
That would be so
what
good.
Other animals live in Florida? I've never looked apart from alligators and I want them in my life.
I think they probably got so many
birds.
Think of the birds.
Think of the birds.
Or somebody, please think of the birds.
I'm afraid that we'll be living in a new world where OCD will be the new normal.
Well, yes,
Tricks. I think
I think you're right.
Pretty much what's going to be going on. Oh, it's so depressing when I start to think about it. So get
weird.
Back to the optimism.
I know. I miss all the hugging and chatting and socializing and all that kind of.
We're lucky to be from a country that's extremely cold in terms of people and weather, so that the physical interaction.
A country full of miserable gifts. I just want to stay home anyway.
We're born complainers.
Yeah.
The Brits.
Maybe you are.
No, we are. Look at the video comments. That's what we get told all the time. But we're all born complainers.
Oh yeah.
So we're very good at it. You visit Ash where she lives. Where does Ash live?
She's in Washington.
Washington.
Yeah, I've been speaking to a lot recently, actually, on Instagram and
Northwest.
Yeah, Northwest. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like
above Oregon.
Yeah, in between Canada and like
above Oregon.
I think so. Yes. Yeah, it's like the northernmost state.
She doesn't sound Canadian.
No.
But usually they do on the border.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they don't.
I mean, I could be wrong. It could be like the next one down, but I think it's like up in that corner somewhere. And it looks beautiful. She's always hiking and kayaking and stuff at the moment, and I keep telling her how beautiful it looks, and she says that we should go out and visit. So I'm sure we will eventually.
Oh, there's a few comments back at Narrowboat, so that makes me think.
There's actually a list of Narrowboat YouTubers to watch. Nice, thanks.
Yeah, that's cool.
Go check those out. Thanks, Shannon.
Narrowboat costs massively depend on where you go. Norfolk really expensive. North Wales, those cheaper.
No, well, I mean, I bloody love Wales anyway. Any excuse.
Yeah, the last time I looked, it was about £1,000 for maybe a week, I think.
Yeah, it's a bit pricey, isn't it?
I mean, as running a YouTube channel, we can't pay that. Well, we can contact them and beg for free things.
Please. Yeah. Let's see.
Have you thought about renting a motorhome and tour England? Yes, Richard. Okay,
yes,
so we have set up. When we jumped off the last road trip, the last trip we were doing, it was on the train and hostels, which is just the worst combination for the virus.
Yeah.
We then arranged to have a camper van with a company, and then we decided to cancel it because lots of people were traveling to different areas of the country to escape to nature.
Yeah, it was that weird in-between phase when we weren't in lockdown, but we probably should have been. And they basically, people were bringing the virus to people. That was during the panic buying, so people couldn't really get stuff, and you couldn't really safely do it. Yeah. So we have spoken with them, and we are waiting to strike. Yeah,
that's the first thing we're going to be doing.
As soon as it's possible and it's okay to travel overnight to places in the camper van, then we'll probably do that. That'll be our first trip.
Get away with it now, in theory, if you wild camped or something. But
yeah, but the thing is, with the smaller camper vans as well, you need like the toilet facilities and stuff. So
yeah,
it can be a little tricky if places aren't open with toilet facilities. So
also, I'm petrified with the media. I mean, we're not big enough to be on their radar to care about us, but I have had these visions of being labeled a super spreader, like these irresponsible, stupid travelers.
Spreaders are over. We're all super spreaders now.
Yeah,
the world's full of them.
But I was just so scared that they would like just latch on to something like these irresponsible travelers are doing this. Like,
yeah,
but
was it say any publicity is good publicity?
Maybe,
as long as no one dies, I'm all right.
Oh, Beth. $25 at us.
Hey,
into the kitty.
Oh,
thank you so much.
That's very generous, Beth.
Beth is a fellow Liverpool fan.
Aww.
And legend. And Frank, I'm sure that was his money, wasn't it, Beth?
I'm joking. A strong, independent woman.
I just wanted to show that I know Frank's name.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Beth. That's so sweet of you.
Okay. Let's see.
Texas. Yeah, I'd like to go to Texas as well. We saw some photos of Texas in autumn, didn't we? We were at one of those travel conference things, and one of the stands had loads of photos of Texas in autumn in the national parks, and it looks fabulous. So I would like to go to Texas as well.
She has the worst memory in the world. Like, honestly, how can we get across how bad your memory is? It's like it's a sight to behold. But every now and again, you pull out these really random things. Like I remember, you're like, "Oh, that girl, 2 years ago, she was wearing that like polka dotty dress. I've wanted it ever since." Well, no, I do not remember the photos of Texas from autumn. When we were at a conference,
it made an impression on me. Obviously,
we were at a travel conference in September.
I put up with.
I would love to do, if money wasn't an issue, then like the southern states would be high on my list of like my ultimate trips.
I really want to go to New Orleans as well. That looks pretty awesome.
If people were writing down every time we said what's our ultimate trip, they'd be like, I thought you said that these are your ultimate trips.
And it's like down to the floor of the list.
But right now, the southern states, because there must be so much fun food to laugh at and eat and be tasty.
I want to see Al eat chicken and waffles so bad.
And I want Texas barbecue. Like, I really want Texas barbecue. That would be amazing. And then just like, I think as well,
like kind of food as well. And like, is it Louisiana that does Cajun?
And the music and I think the perception of the South of America.
Yeah, everyone
is
just thinks
worse than what I guess the reality would be. Very surprising, I imagine. Like,
I think so. I think it would be like a really interesting mix of culture down there as well. Yeah, the south of the state sounds amazing.
It's very bright.
Oh, yeah, it is bright. Sorry. Trying to shield my face a bit. Hello from Portugal. Hello. Stop laughing at me. I'm trying.
Scroll down. Let's just try and get a bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Washington's beautiful. Yeah.
Okay.
So we've. Why isn't it doing anything?
It's frozen.
It's frozen.
Maybe we've frozen.
Have we frozen?
Oh, we have frozen.
No.
Okay, no, we're back in because the time's going up again now.
No, it isn't. This is 29:56.
Oh no. Have we got a freeze? Okay. Now we're back in.
Are we? But it still says 29:56. Oh, it's just changed.
Oh, it's just jumped up to 31:11.
So now I think it must be online. But what is going on? Is it counting? I think we're frozen.
Okay, well, why don't we just say in the comments, can anyone tell us if we're frozen
or not? It looks a little frozen for us.
I don't know if we should just carry on talking though, just in case we're not.
I know.
We're not frozen. Okay, let's keep on talking.
We're not frozen.
Let's keep on talking. Thank you very much.
That quickly.
Okay, our screen was being very strange.
Oh, Beth said come to Texas and we'll show you all around. We would love to, Beth, and I'm sure we'll take you up on that offer soon enough.
Wait, Scott. Happy to put you in touch with some narrowboat hire companies through my work if it helps. They cover quite a few canals, not just
Scott. That helps tremendously. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Also, people like Scott, we know you, Scott. Just throw everything at us, everything, and anyone watching that has any links to any company, anything that we can pretend like we have some influence, we would love that. Don't think we're too good for you because we're not.
I'm not too good for anything.
Please send us an email. We might ignore it because we're really bad.
Anything for a free narrowboat.
But I just love this idea because there must be things we can pull together, guys.
And there must be some really obscure things that you would have never even thought about before that are out there to do and see.
Yeah.
So keep it coming. Keep all the ideas coming. Okay.
The best ribs. Oh my god.
Ribs.
Never liked ribs for the longest time. I think I had some good ones in America. I didn't film it.
Ribs.
I never filmed anything I really loved in America. Very embarrassing.
Maybe I should start eating meat again.
Ribs. What?
So maybe I should start eating meat again.
Well, that's half the subscribers gone because they're all vegans and they're righteous.
No, they all left when I ate fish 2 years ago, didn't they? They were
mortified.
mortified.
We're not frozen. No. We're not frozen at all.
Go to Brazil. I would love to go to Brazil.
Someone said, we know you, Scott. I'm called Scott. Oh, global treat. Tell us, Scott. We don't know you, Scott.
We don't know you.
But you can latch on to our knowledge of another Scott if you want.
Mara, Maui tourism has been hit hard. Might see some hotels and hostels that will need to.
We've been thinking this is
It's hard because on one hand, we'd love to reach out to travel companies that are struggling to promote them, but on the other hand, we're British. We don't want to take the piss and try and be like, oh, give us free stuff when you're struggling.
We struggle contacting places at the best of times for that reason about trying to be like a choosing beggar almost. But so during this time, there must, like, let's say New Zealand, for example, they're built on like a tourist industry and they've locked down.
Well, I mean, I guess same as Hawaii, really.
Yeah, I don't know if Hawaii's locked down or not, but I know New Zealand's locked down for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
So they're going to really, really struggle.
Yeah.
And surely they're going to need promoting, but everywhere is going to want to promote after this. Or will no one have money to promote and they hope that the money come back in will start the trend of it again?
I guess there's lots of people that do what we do, but they charge lots of money for it. So we could just go in there, be like, we'll do it for free.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be free because you have to get us there and give us things when we're there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're rubbish at this stuff. Because we're constantly torn between feeling like we're taking the piss.
If anyone is watching that is extremely qualified at brand management,
marketing,
just sort of managing in general, and also is willing to work for free, or some funny memes, something like that, send us a message. Okay, I think we've got someone else. Socks Rocks, you gave us money last time.
Socks Rocks is back again for another round.
Thank you. Okay, so for a non-YouTube to interview someone from Liverpool, watching Alex Gore fanboy would be worth a watch. Okay, firstly, thank you so much for the money.
Yes, thank you so much.
And I love that you just have the confidence to say I would do that if I had any realm of possibility of that being real.
I imagine just nobody would ever get back to us if we wrote. They'd be like, huh?
But we should. I have thought about this before. I wanted to do it, to try and interview someone from a football team. So when we said about the interviews that we do, and we want people that are not just YouTube travelers, when we potentially interview other people, like Liverpool players, for example, football players, they must like traveling. It's the glue that brings us together.
That's true.
So I want to bring interesting people in that have got an interesting story, ideally through travel.
Yeah.
Or something that's motivational for mental health, or something that
fits in as a piece to our puzzle. Yeah. Somehow.
It's a nice way of putting it.
But thank you very much, Socks Rocks.
It's a pigeon. That's not worth looking at. Did you ever get a pea fritter at a chippy? I don't know.
That actually sounds really good. A pea fritter is. Please tell me that's normal peas, not mushy peas. And tell me it's going to be mushy peas, isn't it?
Is that normal fish and chip shop food? I don't know if I've seen a pea fritter.
I don't think so. Maybe it's a northern thing.
I don't know. Or if it's probably on the menu, but it's one of these things I've never tried. And if you haven't tried it, then
you're there for fish and chips.
You don't notice it.
Yeah, maybe.
Susan Webb. There's tons of things in England and America for some reason. How about a tour open air museum down, and two of the best days I had in England.
Oh yeah, we went to that open air museum in Ironbridge, didn't we? That was quite good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going to another open air museum. I guess it depends on what it is.
I think we're trying. We're trying to get more YouTube savvy in terms of growing the channel. So we decided we wouldn't make a video for 2 weeks because that would really help the channel grow. We're in this constant oscillating stage of extremely motivated, it almost hurts how motivated we are, to then
crippling self-doubt and lack of confidence.
And there's no in between.
No, not really.
So we're thinking if we try and make some videos that are more searchable or more likely to bring people in.
Yeah.
Because when we do
interesting, not just clickbait random videos.
So for example, say the open air museum, I would like to film something like this, and I'm sure we'd make it fun and stuff. But I know that YouTube would not play with us on that. And
yeah, probably not.
And it's really hard.
And maybe it's, I don't know. Yeah, we're just not good at YouTube.
I feel any success we've had on YouTube is in spite of us.
In spite of trying to make us fail.
Our bad thumbnails and bad titles. We've got no idea. We know how to make a funny video, and that's it.
Yeah, but no one will watch it. Let's have a look.
There's a bit of Scott in all of us. You guys are cracking me up. Yes, this is why we're here.
Yay!
We wanted to laugh ourselves.
We needed a laugh. I think today is just, I don't know why, sometimes you just feel like you're in a funk and there's no reason. You just feel weird. Today was one of those days. Let's have a look.
Okay, yeah. Don't make a similar video to the Chinese resort one. That was really fake. Yeah. Okay, good point.
Oh,
this one. This is one of the videos that we want to make, and I've already thought about it. You can see this now.
Yeah.
The video is going to be called "The Truth About China," and then the thumbnail is going to be us, but we're going to have tape over our mouths because we weren't allowed to speak, because that will be nice and.
Guys, I can't wait to tell them everything because I want to say it now,
but also don't want to spoil that video.
Well, we hate that video. It's very fake. It is very fake. And it's annoying. We had to take a little tiny bit out of it that would then explain why it seems so fake.
Yeah. I mean, we had a great time and everything, but there was a lot that we couldn't put in or say that we wanted to, I guess.
We'll tell it on the video soon. This is one of our recent coming videos that we want to do.
Upcoming ones.
So we hope we'll get some views.
Yeah, we've got a handful of ones that we're hoping to film in the next week or two, and that is one of them. So
yes,
it will be coming.
Okay. Now I know the truth about China.
Let's see.
I just want to make sure we haven't missed anything.
Yeah, I feel like we're always missing things. Give me that can. Go that way.
Okay. Today's the 15th anniversary of winning the Champions League in Istanbul.
Oh, nice.
It's amazing. What a time. Okay. Oh, I'm not a good flyer. Have you had any scary flights? Emma, tell them your scary flight right now.
I had a scary flight. It was terrifying, actually. And the worst thing was I was by myself. It was, I don't know if any of you have been around since our Bangkok days, but when we were living in Bangkok for a year, I had a wedding to get back to in the UK. Obviously, like summer wedding, so it's not cheap to fly back. So Al stayed in Bangkok. I went to the wedding. I'm not the best flyer as it is. Well, neither of us are great. But it was fine. I was dealing with it. But during that time, there was like some kind of freak storm going on, like around Asia, like in the storm. There was a storm, and I say turbulence. Turbulence downplays it so much, as if it's like just a bit of a wobble. But there was drinks flying in the air. The stewardesses were like clinging on for dear life, like throwing themselves in whatever seat they could find that was empty.
You had wine, didn't you? And didn't that come all over you?
I mean, that went everywhere. I don't know. I don't know where that went. And then I started to freak out. And I may have had a minor panic attack
in front of everyone,
and it was mortifying.
Everyone on the plane
so embarrassed.
Saw you panicking.
Oh, I mean, I was right at the back of the plane, so it wasn't like there was loads of people around me or anything. But I had like a stewardess either side of me, like trying to calm me down.
Did you have
like,
a bag?
I don't remember, to be quite honest, but I was struggling with the breathing quite a bit. Yeah, I thought I was going to pass out. It was awful. That was probably my scariest flying experience. And Alex wasn't even there to hold my hand, so it was even worse. And then afterwards, I had the mortifying realization that everyone around me just saw everything that happened. So then I had to fly for another 10 hours or whatever it was with all those people.
We had one flight as well when we came. We used to do border runs. So we would leave Bangkok and we'd fly to Malaysia at the time. We stay there for a few days and come back. And there was one flight coming back that was really hot. This is the worst turbulence I think I remember. And but you'd already had your previous experience, so you were kind of like, nah,
there's
nothing anymore.
I've been through worse.
But I remember on that one I got really freaked out, and I think like I kind of got comfort from the turbulence of like, it's kind of like, you know, like a roller coaster or something like that. Like this is built for that.
Safe, but
it feels unsafe, or like a boat on like heavy like waves and stuff. Like it feels unsafe, but it keeps doing what it's supposed to do. And after a while, then I kind of thought, like kind of enjoy it because it is built for that stuff, and it kind of helps change it, but I still don't love it.
But luckily we've never had like an actually horrible experience, to be honest. Like we have been lucky with that. Okay,
your confidence, guys, come on, you got this. Never.
Thank you, Mara.
Confidence issues are ours to deal with. And we'll take it to our grave.
It's deep fried peas. I guess the pea fritter thing. Have
you encountered something on your travels that was an immediate nope and refused to try? I guess that would mean food, or I don't know, or maybe things. Could be
anything.
Probably Holly Festival.
Oh yeah, that was a nope.
That was
a big nope.
Big old nope.
Which I was really sad about, because going to Holly Festival was one of the things I was so excited to do. It was actually my thing that I wanted to do. So I basically forced Al and his entire family to go to a certain place, which is like the birthplace of Holly Festival.
Just a bit like Holly Festival's in India.
Oh, where they throw the paint and stuff.
And we went to the place where it happened, like where it originated from.
Yeah.
And then there was the four of us, me, my dad, you, and my sister. And then
there is a video about this on our channel, so I won't go into too much detail. But basically, like, we all went out. You know, we were kind of dressed all in white. Me and our sister had like tunics on, and within minutes,
If that.
We were just swarmed by like mobs of people just touching me and your sister in highly inappropriate ways. So yeah, I grabbed her and we got out of there ASAP. And then you guys went and had a lovely day.
Yeah, like,
you and your dad.
We put the sexual harassment behind us.
Yeah.
To go and have a lovely day.
Yeah.
And we had a lovely bonding day with my father.
And we bonded as well, me and your sister, over that horrible experience.
So that was a big nope.
Yeah, that was a huge nope.
I'm trying to think. There's probably some other good stories, but I think we'd have to think about that a bit more.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
We got another one. Sharon.
Oh, Sharon, thank you.
I'm the one that discovered Alex's portrait in the Met.
That picture, the painting of the guy that looked just like you. It's like a kind of, oh no, I want to show you the picture.
Which
I
one?
showed it to you and it's literally a spitting image. Okay, maybe I'll find it and I'll post it on our Instagram stories later, so keep your eyes out. I'll repost that. But yeah, Sharon sent us a message with a screenshot of a painting from the Met which looks just like Alex, like his doppelganger.
My boyfriend is from there and a huge Liverpool fan. Hope to meet you guys there in New York. You need to check the painting.
Yes, definitely. We should go and see that. Like that can be a vlog. Going to meet your doppelganger.
I do remember now. You're an artist in New York or something.
I remember. Designer.
Okay, something. But okay, thank you so much, Sharon. It's very much appreciated. And I love. I've seen. People have seen the American series. It sounds like we're complaining a lot. There's so much love there you don't understand. But also, as a Brit, I want to complain so much about tipping when I'm there. But now we're reaping the rewards of tipping.
We are. We're hypocrites.
It's like I don't know the ratio of Americans that are sending money right now, but it's got to be 80%. I would guess. And I love that you have that in you right now. I hate it when I'm there. I hate it. I really hate it. But not much from the safety of my own home.
You say that, but after I'm there for a while, I kind of get used to it. It feel kind of nice. I'm like, here, take some more money. Makes me feel great when I do it. I was like, how much did you tip?
20%. We've persuaded Dave to have a beer. Yes, Dave.
Cheers, Dave. Cheers.
If we had a chance, would we go on a cruise ship? We were asked this question before, Richard, and we feel a bit.
I'm not sure how we feel about.
I think it's a loaded question because you can't. Well, the only way you can answer it correctly, it's kind of like the COVID thing. It's like, well, you just stay at home, or like the way to answer that correctly is no. We would never do a cruise ship because it's bad.
It's one of those things. Like I very firmly believe, like you only live once. You should try everything once, and it would be an experience that we've never had before. On the flip side, there are a lot of reasons not to. So I don't know. It's it's hard.
I don't know. I never want to box ourselves in.
And say definitely not.
To not.
Yeah.
But it's probably not on our radar right now. But I do love the idea of you go to sleep and you wake up and you're in a new city. Like I think the concept of it is flawless.
Well, that's why I quite like railing. Because it's kind of the same, but you don't feel as guilty.
But we can't be then saying bad things about cruises and then go and do them.
I'm not saying anything bad.
Yeah, but I'm worried.
Glossed over that part.
What if we end up on like some super yacht sometime and then we're like now
experience everything once, Al. Experience everything once.
Okay.
So yeah, we don't have a definitive answer for that, I'm afraid.
Socks Rocks was on a plane that had a tire blow. I can't keep up that energy. It had a tire blowout on takeoff. We immediately landed on the same runway. Nobody hurt. Delayed 2 hours while they changed the tire.
Oh my goodness. Is that it? Just a 2-hour delay? That seems a bit serious.
We had one flight where we were flying from Malaysia to Tokyo.
Oh, were they turned around?
And we flew. I'm not sure how long the flight is. Let's say it's 5 hours. We flew like 3 hours, at least 2 hours.
Yeah, we're like almost halfway.
Oh, we flew 2 hours and they never told us to take off the seatbelt, the sign. And it was really weird. Like, why is this happening? And after about 2 hours, they said,
which didn't help with our anxiety.
Due to a technical fault, we need to turn around and go back. So it was like the same flight time, like 2 hours there and back. Instead
it was
of the 4 hours.
It must have been like just short. So that would have been the nearest way to go, I guess.
That was pretty petrifying. That route scary. Back was really scary.
Because they didn't give us any information. It was like he didn't say don't worry, everything's under control.
It's just we're going back now.
Yeah, that was awful. Okay. Durian, yay or nay? Nay for me.
And yay for me.
Yeah.
I'm not shouting yay. I'm
Kind
mildly
of like a yeah.
But I'm like, but it's better than a mild whisper. Like I'm.
Well,
like
like I didn't love it,
like a room temperature,
but I wouldn't ever choose it, if you know what I mean. I didn't hate it.
It's pretty good. The texture's weird as hell, but
everyone
it's really good.
says like it's the worst smell and everything. Personally, I didn't even think it smelled that bad. Maybe that makes me weird.
I want to answer this question. Lindsay, she says, going with the scary. Don't know why, but since you guys have been to a lot of countries, have you been afraid for your safety? There was one time where I had something just before I met Emma. I think I told you this story, but
I hope you did.
I was at this hostel and there was like a group of us hanging out, and this guy came in and sat down, and he was really rude. Like everyone's having a great time and chatting, and then this guy said something along the lines of like, "Oh, he spoke to a woman, and then she was speaking, and he said like." He put the woman in her place and said like, effectively you shouldn't be. So I being like 23 and very vocal,
cocky?
very vocal, very self-righteous philosophy student that's like,
and a feminist.
This is not right. Anyway, so I was really rude to him, but I used my intellect to really get in great into him, and he didn't like it, and he stormed off, and he said, "I'm gonna go get my gun." He was from Puerto Rico or somewhere, and I was like, "Haha, he's gonna go get a gun." And then he came out. He went off and came back with another guy. It must have been in his room, and then he was walking, but with his hands behind his back. And he was walking closer and closer to us at the table, but like one hand behind his back. So I started to get actually pretty scared, and my cockiness quickly changed. And
didn't change.
We know that I'm definitely like. I mean, you guys can guess if I'm a fight or flight person. I'm definitely a flight person.
Yeah.
And so I'm starting to slink, like, oh, how can I avoid him? And then he came over to me, and then he got out his hand, but with like a gun, and then just put it in my face, and then pulled his fake little trigger. And then went, but I was pretty scared for
scary.
I was scared for like a good few days after that.
Yeah, that is pretty scary because, like, with someone like that, that's not a normal thing to do in that situation. So it makes you question, like, how crazy are they?
There's a lot of weird people traveling. Actually, there's a lot of really weird people out there.
Lost people, probably.
Very lost.
Not
And like we're weird,
sad, really.
but in like we're not going to kill you. We're just going to probably annoy
kind
you.
Of way. Yeah, we are nice.
There's plenty of us as well.
Yeah. Scary stories. Yeah, I can't really think. Actually, I got chased once, didn't I? When I was in Australia, we were living in Cairns. I used to work at a casino, and I used to do like night shifts and stuff like that. So
I also work at the same casino.
Yeah, you eventually got a job there, didn't you, mate? So I was cycling to work, as I always do, and there was like a group of people on a street corner who were just kind of teenagers, I guess, but maybe older, maybe like early 20s or whatever, but like drinking, like just being very loud and kind of causing a bit of
a ruckus.
Yes, good word, ruckus. And as I cycled past, they started shouting, like, I don't know what in particular, but rude stuff at me. And I was like, whatever. And then I turned around, and there was this girl who was like hench, like massive. Like I was terrified.
She was like a local Aboriginal woman. There's a lot of like homeless Aboriginal women. I'm not saying.
Yeah, she wasn't like another backpacker or anything. This was it was like Australian. And she was like legging it after me. Like I actually was a little afraid that she was going to catch me, but she was like maybe about that far away from the back of my bike wheel, and she was like trying to kick the back of my bike.
She did kick it, and you like went off kilter at the time. You told me that you were able to.
I managed to keep it going and
zip off.
Carried on going.
And she was left come back here.
If you ever come back here, I'll kill you. Yeah, that was quite scary.
Which, considering from like saying,
because like, what would have happened if I'd have fallen off the bike? Would she have just like beaten me up?
Oh, and there was another time in the Philippines. Do you remember when we were in El Nido?
Oh yeah, that was kind of creepy.
And we're always together.
Which is weird because every time, like other than this, the Philippines, I never had any bad expericances.
But like we're usually always together, and it always seems where I like leave you for a second, something happens. And so like I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to. I can't remember if it was say like go and buy a snack, and you were gonna walk back to the hotel.
More than likely, you were going to get snacks.
But it was like one minute, like you were so close to the place, like we never do this.
Yeah.
But you were started walking, and then some guy on a bike started following you.
I think he was just walking. He just started.
I thought he was on
following.
a bike and he went past you and then he turned around and came back.
Oh, maybe.
And then like the local people
Memory's
were
not right.
laughing at you, like haha, like city white girl kind of thing.
Yeah, like what
And
are
then
you doing walking around or something?
and
I was
then
like,
the guy-
oh, should I be worried?
but
This
it
is
ended up
weird.
when he got really close and I think he had to shout like my name, like Alex, and then he ran away and left you alone. And you were a bit freaked out then.
Yeah, I was pretty freaked out. That was scary.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
considering all the travels we've done,
Yeah,
it's like,
and nothing actually happened, but yeah, it was intimidating.
I mean, way closer to being in danger in my own hometown than I ever have.
Yeah, I've definitely
the
felt more
world.
threatened back home.
What have we got?
Let's have a look.
When the
God, I
picture is
can't
enlarged, the comments block out half the screen. But we can't do anything, Dave.
Oh yeah, maybe make your screen smaller.
Yeah, Dave, it sounds like you got your screen too big, but you might not.
Maybe. Hi from Rhode Island. Hello. Hi, Teresa. Let's
Mary
see.
too.
Queen Mary. Kate Potter. Oh, I like your surname.
What's Queen Mary?
Queen Mary is a big cruise ship.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Queen Mary.
I'm not sure if we've got
Oh,
frozen
she's a
comments.
bad flyer. I can imagine cruise ships are really good for people who don't like flying and want to see multiple places. Like, yeah, I could definitely see that as a benefit for sure.
Best travel on choices for cruises, I think.
Oh, that's interesting. Richard there says, before COVID, I've done 18 cruises. Not sure if I would go on one now. Is that because of the virus and like how close you are to other people and how quickly stuff spreads? Because I mean, that's obviously been highlighted a lot since all of this, isn't it? Yeah. So it's a bit worrying. And then let's have a look.
No, I'm not sure if we're getting the frozen stuff again.
Oh,
if anyone can just say no, you're not frozen again, that would be nice because the comments are freezing. But we can.
Oh yeah, I think something's.
I think
moved.
we're good now.
Yeah. Okay.
Country has the most anti-Brit towards you? Great question, Pete. I love stuff like this.
More
This is great.
countries should. I'm actually surprised we get away with. Actually, everyone's really nice.
We're
to us.
so lucky, and I don't know why. The Brits deserve plenty of hate.
Yeah.
Also, on the flip side, we did nothing, like personally us. So it's
on our travels, we don't really get any hate, though, do we? In that kind of sense, but in the comments,
America,
now,
easily, America,
you naughty boys.
America
and
hates the
girls.
Brits the most, but America loves the Brits the most as well.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Well, I mean, I think it's just 50-50 in different stuff.
Love-hate, 50-50.
Okay, yeah. But can I say? Yeah, actually, I can say this. Indigo Traveler made a funny point to us. I think it wasn't on our video with him, and he said that that because we talked about this, and I said I don't know why Brits we're lucky to have people nice to us when we're traveling, and he said I think America was created so that the Brits wouldn't have any bad press anymore, and the Brits could kind of put it over there.
Maybe you could also like, but that's the thing. It's like with America and Australia, like the people that went there and did those things were British. But now they're American / Australian.
Yeah, that's
that gets like, labeled to them, not to us.
Yeah, like
somehow.
The people that went and did a lot of genocide and stuff were British people or maybe Europeans, wherever.
Yeah.
But we kind of like, no, we'll label them Americans. They're Australian
you're
now. They've murdered everyone.
Yeah.
Like,
so yeah, we've actually been very lucky. We've not had much.
The same with like India. When we went to India, I didn't know what to expect the reception of British people would be. And they've
strangely nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I've heard of Americans having problems in Vietnam, for example. I don't know if that's true or not. But but I've heard that. So I would expect the same for us. But maybe enough time has passed. Maybe history is written by the victors and not in a nice way. Just we kind of whitewashed everything that we did. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe it's just like a generational thing and like the younger generation are more open-minded and they realize people don't necessarily represent their governments.
Well, that said, don't worry, mate. That there's plenty of people hating on us specifically.
Just individually.
so don't worry if you think Brits aren't getting enough of their medicine that they deserve. Don't worry, we're getting some.
Yeah, there you go. Someone said not Brits, mostly the establishment. So yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that's what I remember. We spoke to a Vietnamese person that was in the war, and he told us that he didn't hate the Americans. He hated the American government, and I think that sentiment is kind of around the world, isn't it?
I guess I mean, most educated people know that your average traveler isn't representing their entire country.
And like the same way, like let's say that England is small, but it's big in the scheme of being a human and walking around. And there's so much difference here. So sometimes we just generalize and we just label stuff, and people are like, well, you do realize that not all Brits are like that. We do realize that not every single human is the same and they have different opinions. We just say stuff. We don't really want to be held accountable for it. Is that possible for 2 minutes, YouTube? If we're trying to film a video, I'm going to keep going. If we're going to try and film 10 minutes videos a couple of times a week, we're going to say some stupid shit.
Most of what we say is probably stupid. Let's have a look.
Had some English grief in Corona from Irish chaps.
Well,
interesting.
Maybe it's kind of a
I forget about the Irish
rivalry.
I do forget about the Irish. That's a bad sentence, isn't it? Because
well, just in like, I think when you think of going abroad, you think of further afield than Ireland.
No, but I'm just thinking more like I forget about them. I'm talking about all the terrible things that the Brits have done in the past that I'm now accepting full responsibility for. And personally, me and like the Irish. I mean, they must hate us.
Yeah.
But in England, we don't really get any Irish news or anything, so they're kind of hidden from us, actually.
Yeah.
They must really. I don't know how much they hate us.
Probably.
Because the Irish are fun and a lot of fun, and I know.
I'm sure if they did something great, we'd be like, "Oh, look at how great they are! They're one of us," you know? Yeah. It's that whole thing. If something's bad, when we were in Scotland, we said that it's Scottish, but if it's good, then it's British.
Yeah, basically, that's our rule.
Okay, let's have a look.
With no Eurovision, it's hard to tell who likes us this year. Yes, Pete. As a child, for the non-Euro people out there, what Europeans? Jesus Christ! For the non-Europeans out there. The Eurovision Song Contest, the Aussies know now, actually. They're in the Eurovision Song Contest for some reason.
Of course.
At least as a child, it was so good because it was all voted politically. But it was a lot of fun to see, like, Malta.
It was Wogan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Commenting, and
he'd get hammered.
Just drunk and having a whale of a time. And he was always the best part of the whole show.
That was classic.
Yeah. But he doesn't do it anymore. So,
yeah. I don't know what people think of Brits. I think Brits are very lucky that we've got this, because you get like generalizations and stigmas and like stereotypes everywhere.
Yeah.
Usually they're negative. Like I'm not going to say anything because it would be rude. But if you think of a stereotype of an American person, at least from a British perspective, people would go to a couple of different things, and they wouldn't be that pleasant.
No, it's not nice.
With the Brits, well, okay, with bad teeth.
Bad teeth.
Bad teeth get said.
A lot of people
things
say
like
we're arrogant.
top hat and like, you know, like those kind of like.
Yeah, like we've come from a Mary Poppins movie.
Yeah, and like
those days are well gone, guys.
And like, I think people give us way too much like credit for how intelligent we are. No, the accent might sound intelligent.
We are full of idiots. The same.
You're watching country. A couple. Like we're dreadful people.
Do a beach vlog. We did a beach vlog. Go watch it, please.
Wait, Pat's got a question. He says you could travel around Ireland after 20th of July, and if you come through Belfast and over the border, there's no quarantine. I would love.
Interesting.
Because I want to go. I always want to go back to Liverpool.
Yeah, and from Liverpool to Ireland. That would be really nice.
Would be really, really good. An island series should be on the cards.
Definitely, because it's got everything that we like. The nature and like the freedom and the road trip. That would be so good.
Yeah, Ireland would be good.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
And it's like not too far to go.
In terms of a business strategy going to Ireland, I haven't looked on like if it's
business strategy. Listen to this, guys.
Well, we're trying to get better.
Do this.
We're 32 years old. We're staying with our parents in a lockdown. We have no kids and no house.
Better than staying alone, isn't it?
Nothing. We got nothing. You're just watching glorified middle class hippies.
Speak for yourself, mate.
Okay,
what else have we got here?
What's that behind you? A clay statue? No, what is that?
Oh, it's I think it's a log burner or something.
A log burner.
Or like, it's like a chimney thing. I don't really know. I've never actually seen it.
I've never seen it.
It's always hidden away.
I've lived in this place for like 20 years on and off, and I've never seen it in use.
Okay.
Don't worry about the haters who remember the stupid things you sometimes say. Oh, no, Shannon, we really do. Also, Shannon, I think you recently joined as a patron. Thank you so much.
Yay! Welcome to the Patreon Club, Shannon.
And if you didn't, Well, I know.
Welcome to a different Shannon.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I wish it's so easy to say like, oh, don't worry about the haters, and on most part we don't. But there's
We
sometimes
got past
it's
that, I think, like quite early on.
we
with the
don't
haters.
care about getting hate comments or anything like that. That's
No.
kind of fun. It's more like I just can't stand bad logic. I get really angry with that. So if you're going to use something as like a stick to beat me with, like it's got to be logically sound, and then it's all fair game.
Not just your shit.
But I get so angry. Like when we had the deer video where I went hunting. But
Oh yeah,
but I didn't really go hunting.
That went
kind of
down well,
thing.
didn't it?
But as long as you
When
lay out
sat
a
in a
good
forest.
logical argument to me, I completely get it.
Yeah.
But if you're just going to go fully on emotion, I get really wound up.
Yeah, you do.
I
A bit
do.
like the people responding to the videos.
Yeah, so that's how you get me. So any of the trolls watching, taking notes, you want to go non-logical, nonsensical, and you've probably got me. Hook, line, and sinker.
Okay, Shannon says there are Americans who consider themselves Anglophiles.
Well,
I'm one. There are also plenty of Americans who are xenophobic and dislike anyone other than Americans. The minority, I hope. Yeah.
well, because someone else says here, like
think
I'm
there's
also
people like
an
that in every
American
country.
Anglophile, and I'd love to live there for a few years.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting to Brits as well, like America's connection with the UK, because a lot of you guys have roots, I think, through
Yeah.
there. So there's almost like maybe a calling and stuff. I don't know, because like
I can understand definitely why it would be an interest for that reason.
yeah,
You know, like if someone told me that my great grandmother was from, I don't know, Istanbul,
Yeah.
I'd want to go there more because of that.
and well, we don't have that, so I don't have the same connection. I think every Brit has a fascination with America, but that fascination ends like
Because they were like the awesome brave ones that actually decided to leave.
and like when you're young there's a lot of like media and stuff we consume from it, but then but it's most certainly not all good. Like it's like most Brits
Yeah,
go either
sure.
way. I know people that absolutely love it, absolutely hate it. It's kind of a Marmite topic, maybe.
It is, I think.
A
Yeah,
Marmite topic is a brand slogan.
it's a type of food that people either love or hate.
Yeah,
For those who
so
don't
you
know.
either love or hate one of those things.
Yeah. But I know so many British people that their big dream holiday or vacation is the States.
I mean, ours kind of
New
is
York,
these days.
Vegas, LA, that kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always the same places, which is kind of boring. But
Yeah.
like a road trip across the States is always quite high up for a lot of people.
I'd really like to one day. I don't know if we'll ever have the money or the means to do this, but I'd love to do some kind of challenging things. So, like for example, I fly to LA, Emma flies to New York. We've got to meet in the middle. I was about to say somewhere. I don't.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's in the middle.
Well, I mean, kind of
You don't
south of
wanna
the
go
middle.
there.
Kansas.
Okay, so we got to meet here, and we're
Let's
going to
meet
film
Kansas.
us getting from A to B, like both of us, so we have
That
separately
would be
until we
so
eventually
much
meet.
fun.
I would love to do that, but the reality of doing something like that is, well, then we'd be paying
I'll
two
probably
lots
call
of
you up every night and be like,
accommodation,
"I'm
2 lots of
bored."
everything. But if we ever got to like a phase where we were making enough money to do stuff,
I mean, the possibilities are endless if the bank account is endless, but
Yeah.
it's not, unfortunately. So
but yeah, but we could still do that idea, but just on a much smaller scale.
yes,
So, Chubbins, you eat deep fried pizza again?
definitely not.
Richard Rice. that's a definite. How long ago did you go to uni in Manchester? I went to uni in York, which is north, so it's kind of close.
It's not close.
Well, it
really.
is. I think it's
like-
tiny.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that's depressing, isn't it? I think it's been 10 years. Holy poops! Oh no! Oh no!
You've ruined everything.
I've either had too much alcohol, or not enough to digest
to deal
that.
with that
Like,
information.
I'm just in the
It's
phase
been a
where that's going to
while.
bother me.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm getting older. It happens to everyone. I don't think you're past it. Like we're all getting older.
Yeah.
But 10 years is such a specific chunk of time.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, it's
Oh,
fine. Just
okay. Well, that's
bury those emotions. There are literally
Signs
signs
for
for Barnsley and Manchester.
because there's some. I can't get back up these comments. They're
I
being weird
see.
today, but there's some Barnsley
Yeah,
talk.
sorry guys. The comments keep sticking, so we can't scroll through them very easily. Okay. Let's see.
You sound like a conservative after that rant, Mark, or up for the good guys.
Which rant?
I don't know which
one?
rant it was. I think.
I'm surprised, but that's how we sound. But
I'm not really.
I've never voted Conservative.
No, it's not.
I don't want to alienate anyone.
It's more like just like logic is my thing. Like that must be like logic and emotion probably. I do agree. I hate fast scales of both sides. I think they're horrific. I think middle
irritating.
It's irrelevant what side. Like I don't say funny. Like it's irrelevant what side you are. I just think being open-minded and like able to talk about stuff and accept the other person's opinion is more important than anything.
I hate how stuff's like grouped together. Like if you have one belief, then you're this. If you have another belief, you're that. Why can't you have different beliefs about different things? It's so annoying to me. Like, oh, you say I'm left about this topic, but I'm right about this topic, and it's like, oh, can't we just have separate topics and separate things that we agree on?
It's kind of more like what I'm in a bad mood about for that day. That's the side I'm going to be on, or whatever I've read actually. So whatever I've read last, that's my opinion. That's my real opinion.
Let's see what else. We've got. Oh, something's just happened. It's all moved.
They weren't brave. We chucked them out for religious persecution. So we now got onto the topic of America. We should probably swiftly move off the topic of America.
I'm sorry, I can't read that comment.
Would you ever do a spicy food challenge? Yes, I would. I would love to do a spicy food challenge, actually.
I would love to see you do a spicy
But no, you'd have
challenge.
to do it with me. It's not fun.
What?
The reactions is the point of doing the challenges.
But I wouldn't be able to handle it, Alex. And that's what you all want, isn't it?
You sick,
you horrible people. I would do it. I would.
But we're not really YouTube challenge
but Al
people.
Can handle
but that would
spice.
be good.
I can't.
But like doing challenge videos, like that's not really our forte.
No, but if it's in a travel setting and it's
outside,
but like if we go somewhere that's famous for some spicy thing, then you should try it.
Yeah, I mean, we could just buy some chilies from England and eat those.
I'm all right. So anyway,
why do we pick the name Travel Beans? I think we can answer that again. Just because it's
it's a story.
I think all information in all our videos is like a sieving for gold, or panning for gold,
and never finding any.
You might find a couple of little nuggets. You're not going to get rich off them, but you'll get by.
You might notice them.
And Travel Beans has a name, not a reason.
Yes, it's a proper tedious link as well.
It is a tedious link.
When we first met, so Alex and I met in the mountains in Thailand, right in the north. So like 3-4 hours north of Chiang Mai, in a place called Pai, and we stayed in the same hostel. This is the short version. We stayed in the same hostel, met, got drunk one night, walking back from the bar. We started reeling off every type of bean there is in the world.
That was funny at the time, I guess.
Beans,
I don't know.
Beans,
human beans, like every kind of bean. And then eventually, when we decided to start a YouTube channel, Emma said Travel Beans. We said, that'll do.
Sure.
That'll do as a placeholder. And here we are. Like, here we are. Still.
The longest placeholder ever.
We would rebrand it. It feels too long now.
I know. And you used to have your beans outfit. And
it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't
rebrand.
make any sense. Okay, let's have a look. Wondering what your ages are, if you don't mind. 32.
Both of us 32. Emma's the older woman.
I'm what, 12 days older than you.
12 days older. Yeah, we are born. We met in
those 12
between.
days, he likes to berate me every day about how old I am.
And we met in between those things. So when I met Emma, she was 24. I was just a young pup of 23, and she made me into a man as I turned 24.
What else have we got?
When people think and act logically, they're perceived as conservatives. Oh yeah, that's
I don't know. I try not to perceive much. I live in a bubble.
we definitely don't care enough about politics.
No.
And like we don't even
try.
That
caring about politics makes me quite depressed.
We don't really try to have too much of an opinion about stuff because it's not really that.
It's quite divisive as well, isn't it? It's kind of like unnecessary to be broadcasting what you think and feel I think, to a point.
Yeah, and it's funny, like
just rile people
and like it's for us, like we would probably traditionally fall more on the left side, but then we've had way more hate from the left than we've ever had from the right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny. Just
I can't say that I'm pro either side. You're all very naughty. What would your mother say?
So we've overrun by 15 minutes of what we were planning to do.
Oh no.
So do we go to 1:30? Because then it's like
Maybe.
it's always an hour and a half. That's our new thing.
Dave H says spicy food, vindaloo and a lager.
What about-
Vindaloo, is that spicy?
Yes, vindaloo, I believe, is the curry that the Brits created because the curries weren't spicy enough for us, and we wanted to be challenged.
Sounds
I
like
think
dick
vindaloo
measuring
is that one.
contest. That's why I've heard one.
We got some more.
Oh.
Some more comments flying in. Oh, they're all popping in
Okay.
quickly now.
Yeah, but we're only going to be here for another 10-15 minutes,
Okay.
and then we'll go. I need to eat something. I can't just drink cider. Okay.
When this all blows over, we want to go back to the UK with limited time. Would you recommend we spend more time in Wales or Scotland? We've already spent a lot of time in England and Ireland. I think maybe people in the comments would be onto that as well.
Yeah,
but
we're probably not the best people to ask in that we've not extensively travelled Scotland or Wales.
and then I guess in the same aspect that like
But they're
I've
amazing.
spent. Well, I don't mean to brag, but I've spent more time in the UK than you probably, and I feel I haven't. Like, there's still so much to see. So like, there's
Yeah.
still loads of things that I'd want to go and see.
Yeah.
But
Actually, our favourite place in the UK that we've talked about that
Is
we
in
visited
Wales.
is in Wales for sure.
Yeah.
Skoma Island.
Wales, like I think Wales would be a cool one for getting off the beaten path
Yeah.
in terms of the UK travel scene, probably.
Yeah.
Because Scotland gets a lot of love,
True.
not as much love as England, and but I think Wales gets left off a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, they're both amazing and have some incredible nature. Like, if nature's what you're looking for, definitely.
Yeah, it does depend on that.
It's hard. Like, I mean, it's all lovely. It's all.
Have you done
lovely.
much time in Scotland? Because Scotland was
go-
brilliant,
yeah.
but it's hard to feel like because we recently went to Scotland, so it's feel like it's hard to say.
We only went to the cities, like two
It's
cities,
recency bias.
very brief visits.
Because it was
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
And we know it's going to be more brilliant when we go back.
Yeah.
But we've just been there, so I feel like recency bias that maybe like
Equal division between the countries, Frank. That's what you need to do. Equal division.
But they've already spent a lot of time in England, so
Well, then forget England. Go to Scotland and Wales. Forget England. It's shit.
if I thought you were Tory, I couldn't watch you. I couldn't watch again. I understand, Dave. And
Fully understand.
it's all a minefield. The stuff like religion, politics, like it's just a minefield that
Yeah, it's just
it's not
best
fun to play with.
not to mess with it too much.
But don't worry, Dave. Okay, let's go. Okay, how did you build up your subscribers? I did a blog while traveling in Southeast Asia. Started doing vlogs in Scotland recently. I had no idea to promote on YouTube. That's a good question, and it's funny because I think no one's ever happy wherever they are in the scale of their YouTube world. Or
They should be.
yeah, but also like that's human nature to want to get better and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So no one's like, we're not happy here. We weren't happy there.
And we
won't
don't
be
know
happy
anything,
here.
so you're asking us, but
No, I
we're
think
definitely not experts on this.
our channel's grown in spite of that. So we were in Asia for ages. We were growing in a certain way. We found that there's like certain ways you can grow your channel. You can go to certain countries that will get you a lot of views. A trick to grow a YouTube channel in travel is to go to countries where people have left for work outside of the country. And so they
seem obsessed with people visiting their country.
But a lot of the formula is that there's a lot of people watching their home country that they miss, that they can't visit. So for example, if you go to the Philippines, when we were there, we made a lot of money because people were watching from outside the Philippines.
Filipino people living maybe in America and the UK,
because they're
Saudi
all
Arabia,
over.
they're living in all of these other countries, but they're missing the Philippines, rightfully so. It's a lovely place. And that's why you're getting, I guess, so many views.
Yeah, so you can go to these places and you can kind of artificially grow. It's quite
Yeah.
easy to go, like, I don't know how much you know on the YouTube world, but if you look at Filipino content, there's a lot of people making it. It's kind of like an underserved community so that you get really big. If you want to go and live in the Philippines, you can do that.
Trouble is, those people that watch the Filipino videos more than likely only want to watch Filipino
And
videos.
Philippines is a
Or
placeholder
wherever
for
it is.
Poland, for
India.
India, Malaysia.
I think I've heard Pakistan is the same.
A little bit Japan, but not Japan so much. Because
Malaysia?
they don't live outside. But yeah, Malaysia. There's like a few countries that really grew our channel. The problem is they don't stay when you leave because they're not interested really in the travel channel. They're interested
Luckily, we didn't stay for too long when we went, because I think otherwise like we would have had a huge number of people subscribe, but not very many people watching our videos, which I think. So I'd rather have lots of people watching than anything.
So this is like a common thing that happens to people that have grown their channel this way, is that you get, let's say 50, 100, 200,000 subscribers, but then your view count every time you release a video is really low. So your real audience is actually quite small. So we decided about a year or so ago that we were going to change our tactic kind of, and we wanted to grow an English speaking audience, like mainly because they stay around more often, and we're not doing it.
It's just easier as well, because like with us, like, you know, we don't like take things so seriously, and we kind of joke around a lot, and it's so much easier when people are speaking the same language to understand that. Not always.
Yeah.
You don't always understand when we're joking, but the majority of time people understand, and that makes it a lot easier for us because we know that the people we're creating content for are getting the joke or whatever. So it's very hard. There's like ways to artificially grow. We're actually looking into this at the moment about how we can grow our channel more organically, and like we used to get a lot of views on other videos, and now we're not like trying as hard to get views, so we just have like our audience watching, and it's amazing to have an audience, but it's just human nature to want more always. So I guess it's a sign of progression, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the higher the number,
the more you want
progressed, I guess. Yeah,
so basically that's not really an answer.
Yeah, we're not really experts,
but we do want to
but
I do want to make a video on that, and that's actually something we talked about recently, is we might even make some videos in the future where like I'll make a video, Emma will make a video, things that we like individually feel passionate about. So I'd quite like to make a video about how you can artificially grow, and like what the downfalls of that are, maybe what money you can expect if you do it. It's a bit of a catch-22.
Okay, what else have we got here? We've got Lindsay says Scotland's beautiful, but the people are a wee bit harsh. Wales is breathtakingly beautiful. I vote Wales. Street art in Glasgow. I wish we had more time in Glasgow.
No, we didn't see. Our schedule changed, so we didn't have as long as we hoped to have.
Okay, what else have we got here?
Dave says, "I'm sure I would, because it's you two." Dave, stop worrying, mate. Read between the lines.
What's that for?
He said about.
I'm lost.
I'll tell you later. Okay. Scott says the Scots aren't harsh; they're sarcastic. That's the difference. But Frank, it depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah. But then we're sarcastic, so I would imagine most people here kind of get sarcasm.
I remember the days when you could interact with people and never know their political inclinations. Yes, and that's I miss the days when life wasn't so divided anymore.
Yeah,
it's weird. Can't we just be?
Yeah,
can't we just have opinions?
I feel like as well, like having discussions is super important, and I am all for people having discussions. But as long as it is a worthwhile discussion where people are learning and changing and altering their ideas, rather than just throwing shit at each other unnecessarily.
Neil, Emma has the perfect British accent. I just want to bring up that Emma had an American accent.
I did.
Can you imagine?
Full on Yankee.
12 years. Go on, see what you got.
See what I can't just do it on demand. I'm not a dancing monkey.
Come on, just anything. I don't know what you'd say. What would you like to hear in an American accent? Would that help?
Yeah, but I feel like even when I put on an American accent, it's not my old American accent. It's like
at school, people used to ask you to say computer and internet.
Yeah, when I first moved to the UK, I was the American girl at school, so they would all ask me to say things and laugh at my response when I pronounce them in an American fashion.
I take great joy in knowing that she had an American accent. I've never heard it.
I never heard her original. There are definitely some old VHS tapes somewhere with me.
I would kill
talking.
To see those videos.
Oh, we don't have a VHS player. What a shame. What a shame.
The question.
Which football club do you support?
I think the comments are all over the place because it's been weird on our side.
Oh yeah.
Do a video of a train journey. There are a lot of people who like watching train experiences. Yeah, I
you
think
mean actually like the journey on the train? Yeah, because we don't focus heavily.
We're
on
not
that,
good
do
at
we?
filming travel days.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we tend to work on travel days as well. Like,
And travel days are a bit of downtime.
Mm.
I know lots of YouTubers are really successful filming travel days.
Yeah,
But for us, I mean, it'd be great to have successful things when you're doing it anyway. But it's kind of hard because we're just we're traveling. I don't know, when you're traveling, do you feel like doing that? I mean, you're not making videos probably, but
I guess it just depends on you, because sometimes you're just tired and can't be asked to do anything on a travel day, and other days you feel excited and energetic.
Then there's people around.
Yeah,
People around everywhere.
yeah, that's
and
true.
then I don't even care about
beady
people being
eyes
around
watching us.
but I get such like anxiety over the thought of someone listening and then judging the thing that I'm saying, like that's not true.
Yeah, you'll happily post a video on the internet where thousands of people can judge at home from behind a keyboard where they can type whatever they want in response.
Yeah, but as long as you're hearing it in real time, I don't care. I can edit that though. I can edit that.
Okay, let's have a look.
Oh, I love a tenderloin sandwich. Say that American style. Go on. See what you can do.
I love a tenderloin sandwich. I don't know how you say sandwich in an American accent.
Sandwich. No, it was close. It wasn't close.
I love it. I can't do it. I love a tenderloin sandwich.
That was good.
Was it?
I think so. But we need more. We need more. Has anyone said anything else?
I need more than just sandwiches, guys. God, Ashley didn't show up tonight. See, John's just showing up for Ashley. Nice to message her. Our numbers are slacking because you're not here. Let's have a look. Say with
how's it going? How's it going in American accent?
How's it going?
No, you're better. You're better at that though. You're better than that.
Am I?
Yeah.
How's it going? I can't do it. How's it going?
Well, see, Charlie says I didn't know she was American. She's not American.
I'm not.
Her parents are English. Born in England.
Here, raised there until I was 12, then came back.
Moved over at 6 months old.
Something like that, yeah. I bet that was a pleasure for everyone on board that flight.
See, 3 witches watch the Swatch watches. Which watch?
No, I can't even say that in British English. I don't think you want to hear me try that with an American accent. Okay, let's have a look.
Okay, here's a good one. I think this is an interesting one to talk about because we're near the end. So I know you've touched on this, but does 70,000 subscribers and the revenue provide you help to pay for your travel much or at all?
No.
Self-funded through remote working. So the travel stuff that we get through YouTube specifically. Actually, well, like YouTube and say Patreon and put those things together.
We get more money from Patreon than YouTube ad revenue at the moment.
Yeah, and before it was a little bit more the other way around, but it's not enough. It's hard to explain. Like
it's definitely like
it's extremely
it's amazing to have something to put towards it, and it definitely does go to good use, but it doesn't nowhere
scratch
near
the surface,
covers
for sure.
the cost for sure. Yeah, it's if we didn't have our online work, we wouldn't be able to do this.
We just wouldn't be doing this for sure. It's self-funded on the most part, but there is a lot of like. If we had the motivation, if we were just better people, we would contact more places. Places are willing to work with you with YouTube and stuff, so we could reduce the cost drastically with the right thought and stuff.
Like if we can work with companies to kind of showcase their hotel or whatever, then we can get kind of free stays and stuff like that.
But then you have to showcase a hotel.
Like doing that so much.
Which is
like but if you do see us do that, then in the comments say how great the place looks. Forgive us because
it's hard.
It's so we can make more videos, really.
But yeah, you can never really get enough free accommodation for long enough to justify in our mind. We would rather pay for a longer period of time than to get like 3 or 2 nights stay, and then we have to move and film and do it again. It's just not worth it.
No.
But on the other side, having a hobby. I think like changing our mindset as well, like having a hobby that pays us some money and we can get free things.
And we want to travel anyway. So
But then
Chilly.
back on the other flip side again is we're 32 and we're getting older, and we're like, and the work that we make, the money we make remotely is not what we want to do long term. It's that allows us to make the YouTube channel. So we have this weird battle where like we want to make enough to do full time on YouTube, but then we don't try hard enough to do that. So we make money on this other aspect.
If we
it's a mess.
became full time, we
It's a
might
mess.
actually do something right. But it's hard. Okay.
You sound like you're from Kentucky, someone said.
Kentucky. I'll take that. Why not?
Do you draw on a particular celebrity or accent to bring out the accent? Because you could do a good Californian.
I think that's kind
Oh
of.
my God, do it. Tell him.
Oh my God.
No, but more. But like the like 14-year-old Californian girl that you can do.
I need to have something to say. I can't. I'm not very good at ad-libbing.
And she was like, and then he was like, I don't want to go to the mall. But
she was like, and then he was like, I don't want to go to the mall.
It's not bad. It's not bad. But it's definitely better. I've heard it better. I've heard it better.
Yeah. Let's have a look.
So someone like to see like the travel videos, nice to see the airport. Like
yeah, of course. A lot of people are interested in the whole process, aren't they? Like the actual airport stuff. Yeah, maybe we should. I feel like it's one of those things I always plan to do. I'm like, okay, we should film the travel day, and then on the day we haven't packed everything on time. We're like stressed to leave, and we're just like grab the camera and we just go. And we don't actually think to film anything.
But then, like, would you film? Like, I wouldn't know what to say if we were sat, say, like, on an airplane seat.
I know. I wouldn't want to disturb people.
I just got nothing to say of value.
I'm on a plane.
It's funny because we do this. We make videos. We make things to say.
I mean, we're chatting shit right now.
Yeah.
Okay, we should go. I need to pee really bad.
Yeah,
so
me too.
I think
it's getting the pain.
we should go.
Okay, well that's the hour and a half.
Yeah, you've got an hour and a half.
We'll try and stay in the chat for a couple of minutes post pee, just in case there's any other questions and stuff.
We'll take the laptop
we can do,
and we'll answer any questions that come up. But
thank you so much for the people that gave us money.
Yes.
For the people that didn't give us money.
Oh.
Also, thank you very much as well.
Thank you for everyone who wrote things and joined in with the conversation. It's always nice to have people present.
And I feel in a better mood now at the end of this.
I do actually. So, thank you guys for cheering us up.
So we got a lot out of this. There's a lot of value for us because the more that we do this, it kind of the more we want to do it. Mm-hmm. Although I don't think that's necessarily what people want. I don't know. But it's fun.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you.
Thank you so much
for coming,
everyone.
Thank you. Oh, thanks for the people that did the sticker things as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna go now.
Okay, I got to time this right because I got to do it for them.
You're gonna do the thing.
But I don't know if it's working because I think
it says end stream.
Because remember before we said it's freezing.
Oh yeah.
I think it's frozen again, so I don't think I can end it. But I'll try it. But they're going to be able to see this, and all the comments will come in after because we've got no comments for ages.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time, and probably very awkwardly, beads out.
Okay, I'm hitting end. Nothing's happening.